This is KGW News at noon.
Portland got hit with a rare spring storm this morning, dropping measurable snow. That's never happened before in the month of April. There's the view from our Rose City Skycam. The traces of white gone, just overcast skies this afternoon. Meteorologist Rod Hill is tracking the current conditions for us. So Rod, we're seeing a slow warm up.
We are, in fact, in just the past hour, I think the majority of the traces of what was left, snow on the ground, have pretty much left us. Here are the numbers at noon, 38 in downtown Portland right now. So what was an inch of snow or so is gone. 40 in Tigard looks to be the warm spot on the map. Happy Valley, even at 1,000 feet, and Sandy at a similar elevation now above freezing at 34 and 35. And if you didn't catch this earlier this morning, it never snowed down here in Dallas, Corvallis, Kaiser, Salem, and for the most part up around McMinnville. It was rain, and temperatures are in the 40s as we sit at the noon hour. So here's the latest radar. Notice the green. That's rain from Salem up by 5 to Portland and up by 5 into Kelso Longview. So it's all rain right now until you start getting up in elevation, climbing into the Coast Range and up into the Cascades. The snow level will eventually get up to about 1,500 feet. So what's light snow and sandy right now should, in the coming hours, transition over to rain. Again, we're at 38 currently, 47 at 4 p.m. at the warmest probably. Scattered rain showers and a shower chance this evening, and 42. And real quick, here are the records. 1 inch out of PDX, never happened in April before. 2 inches in downtown Portland. That record goes all the way back to 1870, and that breaks that April record. 46 in the hills. Hood River picked up 5. We have reports of 3 to 6 inches in the varying topography up in the Kelso Longview area. What a morning. The afternoon, a little bit of a warm up, Brenda.
All right. Thank you, Rod. Devin Haskins is here now with a weather-related traffic alert, and this closure is huge for drivers on the west side.
Yeah, the drivers trying to get to the west side. Drivers from the west side trying to get into downtown. Highway 26 closed down in both directions from 405 to 217. Take a look at these photos of Highway 26 that ODOT just sent us. You see a tree right there across the road. Multiple trees fell onto a highway, one even hitting that ODOT truck. Crews right now working to remove those trees. Don't know when it'll reopen, but also checking others before they do reopen it. One of the many spots around our area that's caused issues with this rare April snow.
This large tree took out a light pole and crosswalk sign at Southwest 4th and Main downtown at Chapman Park. Some other spots that we came across: a tree smashing this car on Southwest 17th between Jefferson and Columbia. If you spot the license plate, it spells hug, which they'll need plenty of. Then this one that fell across Northwest 22nd near Gleason. WashDOT crews cleaning up this tree this morning that fell onto I-5 just south of Ridgefield. Of course, with the bad comes the good and beautiful. We asked for your snow photos, and you responded. Here's a smattering of what you sent us. This photo from Kalama, viewer said they got 6 inches. Another one in Skyline with the ruler, you can see they got about 10 inches. And of course this one showing a sad-looking tulip. A moment of silence for all those plants lost today.
Snowing in April, isn't that crazy? Just waking up and seeing that. I looked outside, saw that it was snowing. I'm going to go change.
Yeah, exactly, because you knew you were going to be out in it. All right,
Yeah.
Devin, thank you so much. And we do want to invite you, if you have snow pictures that you'd like to send us, text us at 503-226-5088. We'll share as many as we can throughout the day here on KGW. Now, here are some of the other local headlines that we're tracking for you this noon. Search teams have recovered the body of the snowboarder who disappeared at Mount Hood Meadows. 30-year-old Ryan Mather was from Aloha. He'd been missing since last Tuesday. Ski Patrol discovered his body Friday afternoon in Heather Canyon under avalanche debris. The team didn't have much daylight at the time, so they had to push back recovery until Saturday morning. It took a rope team about 2 hours to bring the body off the mountain. Well, you'll notice more changes around Willamette Falls in Oregon City. A new phase of demolition is moving ahead at the old Blue Heron paper mill. The Confederated Tribes of Grand Ronde bought the mill more than 2 years ago. The site has ties to indigenous people. Phase 2 of the demolition began last week, and 4 structures will be removed over the next 2 months. The idea is to make this area look like it did before the mill's construction and open it up for everyone to enjoy. There will be shops, dining, and lodging. And those are some of your local headlines on this Monday. Portland State University held a vigil for a student shot and killed a week ago today. Hundreds of people filled the ballroom in the Student Union on Saturday. They came to celebrate the life of Amara Marluke. The 19-year-old was a music major at PSU and a community activist.
Mara was a bright, kind girl. I wish I would have had more of an opportunity to get to know her, and I know that she would have been an amazing addition to all of the efforts we have here on campus to advocate for students and involve students.
Police have charged Keenan Harpole with her murder. The two had reportedly been in a relationship. The 20-year-old freshman is a former PSU football player. He's pleaded not guilty to the crime. Well, 2 years after wildfires destroyed thousands of homes in Oregon, volunteers are helping survivors. They're with the group Associated General Contractors. They meet twice a week to build sheds for people whose homes were destroyed in the Beachy Creek fire. This process started last year. The group says it's really meaningful to meet people who are going through this. Dina McGuire is one of them. She and her family escaped the fire with just the clothes on their backs, a few papers, and their car. Their home was destroyed. Now they're living in a trailer on their property while their new home is under construction. The shed helps store their belongings in the meantime.
It's a godsend. I don't know what I would have done without it. It instills hope. It's encouragement.
The Associated General Contractors have built 70 sheds so far, and they hope to reach 80 by the end of May. If you'd like to help them, we've linked information on KGW.com. Turning now to the war in Ukraine. Russia's invasion is expected to escalate. Russian President Vladimir Putin put a new war commander in charge. Russia's new ground commander is known for his brutal attacks. He's being put in charge of the war after Russian forces suffered failures, and they're trying to regroup. Officials fear this shift in leadership means civilians will be targeted. Since the war started, at least 1,700 civilians have been killed. Satellite images show an 8-mile column of Russian tanks and artillery amassing near Kharkiv, a city already facing intense fighting. In Mariupol, invading troops are now closing in on a city which is already in ruins after weeks of bombardment. Well, it's estimated more than 10 million Ukrainians have left their homes. According to the United Nations, more than 4 million have left altogether. The rest have scattered throughout the country. A family in Oregon City is trying to help their relatives in Ukraine get to safety. Christelle Kumoy talked to them and found out how challenging that is.
This is video recorded from my aunt's house in Lviv.
Yulia Paluk lives in Oregon City with her dad. She was born in Ukraine, where many of her family still is.
My mom, my sister with family, she has 2 kids, my brother, and I have many aunts and uncles and my cousins. They still living over there.
Here's another video she shared from her aunt, where you can see plumes of thick black smoke rising in the distance.
It's just a lot of feelings are fighting in me. This is pain.
Relations between Russia and Ukraine have been hostile for years. Because of that, Yulia says, as permanent U.S. residents, they've been trying for a while to bring her mom and brother here.
My dad, he applied papers for them, all documents from 2018. But this process taking too long, especially with COVID time.
And now the war adds another layer of uncertainty.
The process takes, on average, about a year.
Eric Whitman is an immigration lawyer. Since the start of the war, he says there's been an influx of Oregonians trying to get family members in Ukraine here.
So what used to take maybe 12, 14 months likely could expand to a year and a half to 2 years unless they dramatically ramp up staff at U.S. embassies around the world.
Last month, the Biden administration announced the U.S. would accept up to 100,000 refugees fleeing Ukraine. Yulia hopes this announcement is the push needed to ramp up the process to bring her loved ones to Oregon City.
I believe in miracle, because we want to see our family here.
Christelle Kumwe, KGW News.